everybody, this is Ronald Long with Talking Squirrels, a middle school ministry podcast. Welcome to another edition of Sunday Morning Squirrels, and I am recording this from a very interesting location today. I'm actually at the gym. I'm at the gym where my wife works, but she's not working today because she's still working with her herniated disc, which means I had all 3 children with me to go to church this morning, and oh my goodness, it was crazy. Just a normal kind of insane day when you're a father of 3 girls, so that's what we're putting up with. Absolutely love it. You know, what's funny is I spent most of the weekend trying to get a shoe spray painted gold so I could hand it off as a trophy. But because of the craziness of getting all 3 of the girls ready, totally left it at home. I'll explain more about that in a minute. Oh man, it was a really great morning. It really was. But having all 3 girls with me added for an extra element of craziness. We got to church at the normal time for band practice, and they practiced really great, which was awesome. We still didn't have a drummer this week, but I didn't step up to play drums because I knew me continuing to step up to do that would mean that eventually we would have no drummers. They would just expect me to do it. So we just got by without a drummer. It worked out. We were fine. Then we got all the games set up with the people who were there, and then got everything put in to the computer, totally ready to go. Again, my girls were fantastic. The middle school students at my church really have just adopted them. They love them. And so they were playing with them the whole time. Well, took them to class, and then we got going. Actually got the thing started. So the very first countdown video that we did was a Pink Belly video from Youth Ministry Lab. I'm going to put that in the show notes. It was hilarious. Some of my kids thought it was gross, but it was super funny. You should watch it and use it in your own ministry as well. Then after that, we had our announcements talking about Student Ministry Sunday that's coming up here soon, where students take over both services. Middle school and high school take off over main service. It's great. Then we played our 2 games. We played Straw Shootout, which I'll put a graphic in the description with show notes for you to use. There's a relay game where the rows had to hold a straw in between their nose and their upper lip and drop it in a cup. It was kind of easy. Some of the rows didn't have as many people as we thought. And so that was kind of, it worked okay. I think it would have been better if we had made sure each row had the same amount of kids. But then the row that won came up to play Anthony Taylor's new game, Pay Less or Pay More, Preacher Sneaker Edition. And that was funny. Like, the kids were having a really good time seeing how much the shoes cost. We actually put some of the posts up on the screen to let everybody kind of know what we were talking about it, so that students who weren't on Instagram could see what was going on. We played that game. And then we played our 2 songs. We played, see, I've got in my head, I'm trying to think, it wasn't Here in His Heaven. Oh, it was Alive and Praise Before My Breakthrough. And so that was the songs. The reason my head is spinning is because we did some practice afterwards. We played those 2 songs. We had our bumper, and we did my series on Download Youth Ministry called Get Wisdom. We started off with the very first one of that. It's called Desire Wisdom, and it's from 1 Kings chapter 3, when God asked Solomon, "What do you want?" And he replies with, "Hey, I want wisdom." So we talked about, since it's an attribute of God, it's something that we should desire ourselves, and because we want to desire wisdom, we would know what is right and what is wrong and be able to discern between them, as well as what we ought to do knowing that. Dismissed everybody, and then we had some more craziness happen. Because of Student Ministry Sunday coming up, we had to practice again, so that's why I've got more songs in my head. I'll even list all the songs that we're going to do for our Student Ministry Sunday coming up here soon down in the description as well, so you can have those. But oh my goodness, after church was over, took my kids to Burger King. I'm now at the gym. I'm going to work out a little bit and give my wife a little bit more peace at home, let her just kind of relax and chill. And then eventually we're going to get back to like a normal season. But right now it's crazy. So thanks so much for hanging out. We will see you next week. My name is Ronald Long. This is Talking Squirrels.